Hello, pals. This is rcplanetim, and here's a few things I thought maybe you would like to know that I've learned. And one thing is, this is a WL Toys V912, and the battery that comes with it is kind of built in it, because the battery that's in it is wrapped with a little tie thing, and there's a PC board, a receiver board that's wrapped to the battery. And here's the battery, and I'll show you what I do to change my battery easy. I don't even have to take this off anymore, but I am going to take it off to show you what I did. What I done was I took, this is where the battery used to go, in there, in this part right here. So I took the PC board and I tied it to where the battery was, and now I've got the battery in my hand. So now I put this back together, and I don't take it back. I'll never have to take it back apart until I need some replacement parts. Then I take one of these little double-sided foam sticky tape that comes in a roll, and I peel one of them off and I stick it right here. And what I've done is I've exited the power cord to the helicopter to underneath it, and then I peel this part away, and now it's sticky too. And I take the battery, that's about where it would go in the helicopter, and now I can plug it up, fly the helicopter, land it, and then I just pull it off and use another tab. But actually, if I'm going to fly it within that day or a little bit later, I can use that same one and fly a couple of flights with it before I have to change that foam tape. But I wouldn't fly a whole lot, but it'll hold for a while, and that way I can use more than one battery and change the battery very easily. Don't even have to change the body on it, and it doesn't look bad. It don't look bad on there like that, and that don't look bad once, you know, when it's connected. That does not look bad. Oh, and it allows me to use other batteries even a little bit bigger, like say a 1000, a Eternity 1000, and I've used it plenty of times on it. It's not too heavy for it, and it'll hold. It'll hold. It feel like using, you know, so it will let you use other batteries too. Then when you're done, just kind of roll that right off. It'll roll right off, and that's all right. And that's how I found a way to change my battery easy in the 912 WL Toys V912. Now here's something else I might find interesting. Well, this is a diamond, a little 2-channel diamond, and this is a little 2-channel QF002 baby. And this is the diamond's transmitter. Now the neat thing about this is the diamond's transmitter will fly both of these planes. Let me get some batteries. Okay, I got some batteries, and this is the one to my diamond. And it's really pretty neat. Let me get these in here. And it only takes 3 batteries for this controller. Okay. Now this is the diamond. So we know it's going to work for the diamond. We'll take the diamond here, and I'll throw a battery in it. Okay. We'll turn this on. It would help if I turned on the airplane. Okay. Try again. Okay. There we go. We can see it's definitely working the diamond. Whoa! Okay. We'll unplug this. Turn the diamond back off. This time we'll make sure to turn the baby on. Okay. Well, I guess we get that out. to the baby. Okay. Go back to the diamond. Turn on the baby. Turn on the diamond. Now, what's neat is you can even do the lights with the diamond. And here we go. So the diamond will fly both the baby and the diamond. I thought that was kind of neat. You might want to know. In case you get into a pinch, you have this setup, you know. Okay, moving along. Okay, now I've got these two planes. The QF008-787, and I believe this is like made by XK. It's the A150B747. And here's what's neat is the 787. Make sure there's batteries in this thing. It's not. Yeah, there will be. The 787 transmitter only takes 3 batteries, and the 747 takes 4 batteries. So you kind of save 1 battery. But this one will fly both of these planes just fine. And what's really neat about this one again, over this one, is it working still? Is that this one has trim, up and down trim on the 787, which works with the 747. But the 747 controller does not have any trim. So this has lights, dual rates, and trim for the up and down on the elevator. And this one has none of that. So this will definitely be a plus to fly this plane with. And to show you, I'll bind it first to the 787. So it's definitely 787's transmitter. No, hang on. I better got to turn over here. Okay, turning on the transmitter. Binding. There, definitely got this on, if everybody can see. Okay, and it's got trim. It works. Okay, now we'll try it with the 747. Okay, 787's transmitter, turning on the plane. 787's coming on. And it's on. Everything's working on it. All the functions. And now I have trim and dual rates for my A50-747. And I've flown it plenty of times. It works fine. And look, I even had to replace a motor, and I replaced a motor of a little bit different size. If you can see those 2 motors, man. So get one and then the other close up. There's the one I replaced. It's a little longer. Now look at this one. And it still flies fine. I couldn't believe it did it alright. Took that out of an old little drone I had. Well, okay, so we know now that 787 will fly the A150B747, and you'll have trim and dual rates with it. Now this is a pretty good kicker here. I'm getting ready to show you. You're not going to believe this. Here is a WL Toys V915A. Let's say you don't have your transmitter for it. Oh, something happened to it like it did mine. Well, Okay. Here is, remember that's a WL toy 915A. Here's an Eachine E120. Very different helicopters, but not really. Not as different as you might think. This is Eachines. And we all know this is a WL Toys 915A. There's the helicopter. Now, yeah, you're guessing it. I'm going to fly this WL Toys 915. And look, I used the same thing with this 915. I'd also like to let you know, they installed this battery inside here in this 915, and you cannot get to it. So I took the body apart, ran the power cord right to here, just frayed that out a little bit and got my power cord glued in hard right there. And now I take one of these little tabs, and this is how I get ready for my battery. And I take one of the batteries, and now I can change the battery real easy, don't have to mess with nothing anymore. Okay, and right here is the cord. So of course I'm probably going to want to do it right like this, see? And right there, it fits right up where that battery went in. And it looks fine, it looks good under there. See, okay, now we're going, not only that trick can I show you with your 915A, where you can change your batteries in and out real nicely. All you got to do is take your body apart one time, and after that, use them little tabs, and it's double-sided sticky foam tape, comes in a roll, and it's already pre-cut. I get it at our place called the Dollar Tree. And and then you just plug this up where I had it. Okay, turn on the chopper. Turn on this. It's trying to bind it. I think you can even calibrate it. Okay. And now I'm going to start it. There you go. And it will fly with it. Automatic takeoff and landing works too with it. Insane. Eachine flying a WL Toys chopper. And it's this is the Eachine E120 transmitter, WL Toys V915A helicopter. There's one more thing I did remember that I wanted to share with you, and that is I've got this E119 Eachine helicopter, and I got this WL Toys V911S helicopter. And we'll go with this first. All right, now replacing the tail motor, if it was too hard, which it was for me, to get this little wire back through the tail boom to the tail motor when you're replacing the tail motor, I couldn't do it. There might be a secret to it. Let me know if you can. But instead, as you see, I just kind of wrapped the wire around that tail boom and then installed it there and just kind of drilled me a little hole right in the back of that little plastic plate that this motor fits in, and I can just slide my two wires in the back. And now to change my motor out is so easy. To change the tail motor out now, very easy. So I don't know, if that's really a good way to do it, but it flies fine, and I've had it in there for a good year now. And that's one thing about if you have trouble changing your tail motor, there's an easy way to do the tail motor. And don't worry, these wires won't short out because they are insulated. You got to peel it back, you heat them up just a little bit, and then you can watch the insulation kind of roll back, and you'll see the wire exposed, and that's what you hook it up to. So these won't short out touching each other though. And now the V911S, when I bought this helicopter at first. I've had it forever. I really didn't like its performance. It had these blades on it like this, and they got little ridges on the blade, if you see it. And I was looking it up a little bit, and there comes some kind of safety blades, and that has to take away from the performance. So I took, experimenting around, I took a set of my Ishin 119 blades, and I put it on my V911S. They fit right up. They might be just a little longer, but they're nice and thin on the ends, and they cut through the air, I think, better. So I put these on, and then when the tail motor burned out, I put an Ishin E119 tail motor in it too. So now I've got the Ishin blades on it from a 119 and the Ishin tail motor from a 119 inside it. And the tail motor stays locked really good. It doesn't blow out at all. So now it's a demon. It was a very poor performer, and now it's a screaming demon. If you don't like the way your 911 flies, or you think it flies a little, I couldn't even get mine to come up real good. Very good. Now it flies unbelievable, but it doesn't fly like the 119. The 119 is a little bit bigger. It's very precise now. I mean, I love this plane now, or helicopter. I call it an airplane. But I guarantee if you try it, you'll like it. And the 119 has thicker wires back here, and it's a better motor. It just has, it does way better than the V911 motor, tail motor that was in it. I recommend you put the E119 tail motor in it and run some E19 blades, and just tell me what you think about it if you own the V911S. So there it is. And thanks a lot, and I believe that's all for now.